What up? How y'all doing? First recording for the Wavy Convos. How's everybody doing tonight? I am Derek, your host. Hey, how you doing? You funny as This is my boy Chris.
What's up, everybody?
He is a, how can I explain you? You are a aficionado of many things. That's right.
It's very kind of you.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So he's out here. He's my first guest. He's going to help me go through this path with everybody and make sure that we're on the right track. And we're going to have fun, like I told y'all before. You know, I'm here scratching my damn eye. We're going to cut that out, though.
Good.
But tonight is my first topic. We're going to talk about current events, what's happening in the economy right now. And of course, on top of everything, because of the name itself, Wavy Convos, we will be talking about cannabis and edibles.
I'm excited.
He's excited. He's excited. So everybody just come on, let's have fun and enjoy, and we're gonna just talk and just relax. It's Friday.
Let's kick off this weekend.
Yay! Stupid. Okay, so I'm being stupid now, but guess what? I'm gonna have to smoke something just to get right.
Turn your lights down low. So everybody, this is your chance to go grab your stuff and
and relax and chill out with us.
It's Friday. How was everybody's week? How was your week?
It's over.
That's all that matters.
It's over. When I tell you, I work with some good people, but when you're working with people, you know how this shit go.
Yeah. This week was very interesting.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's over. I agree with Derek. It's over.
It's over. So this is what I do on Fridays when I come home from work. I mean, I relax and I either turn on TV or I get on the phone and talk to family and friends, and I partake in weed. But with me doing that, I also believe that weed itself brings out inner stuff that you need to speak about. Sometimes, like I tell you, it gives you bravery, give you confidence and stuff like that. So I really feel like,
So it's sort of like a truth serum?
basically,
Okay.
basically that's what it is.
Y'all feel like that? Say something in the comments.
Say something in the comments.
Yeah.
I think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about anybody else. I know when I'm partaking,
Perfect, yes.
I'm a different person. Everybody that knows I'm a fun guy, but it seems like when I'm a little more fun.
And I'm already a mellow person, so when I kind of on a edible, I might as well. I'm like Christopher Cross. Sailing. I'm sailing. Pew. Out.
Yes. But I like that part though. I love the relaxation of it.
Well, we deserve to relax.
It really helps me relax. And some people are definitely not with it. Some people think it's a conspiracy and they're doing things to it. Fine. It's been going on for so long. All of a sudden now it's a conspiracy.
And we're going to talk about that because, again, the whole growing up in church, I grew up Pentecostal.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother's probably turned over in her grave. But I'm still saved.
Wait.
She probably turned it. I love you, but I'm still saved.
You stupid.
I'm still covered by God's grace.
You covered.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing we're going? What's our plan was to talk about different topics. So let's talk about the topics that we was talking about.
Yeah, because I got some ish to talk about today. So
okay,
let's go.
Let's go.
Let me introduce the first topic.
Go ahead. You introduce the first topic. Go ahead.
I brought it.
Yes, he brought the topics to me today.
Yeah,
so
in our pre-production meeting.
In pre-production, yes.
So Derek referenced the fact that I am a aficionado of things which I humbly accept, and one of those things happens to be that I am in my 26th year as a freelance publicist. It's not my 9 to 5, but I just want to give y'all a quick synopsis of my resume because when we start talking about some of these things as authorities, we're definitely authorities in a lot of these areas. And this one, when it comes to PR, I'm an authority.
Yes.
So, 26 years in the game, I've seen it all. I've seen some stuff that wasn't so cool. I seen some stuff that was like, yeah, you might want to go back home and get some home training. And then I seen stuff where you just need to plead the blood of Jesus and keep it moving. Today was more the latter. So let's talk about Glorilla.
Yes, let's talk about Glorilla.
I didn't really, and no offense to her, I didn't really do my research. I think her real name is Gloria. I'm not very familiar with her music, and after kind of hearing some of it, I don't want to be. Gen X, Gen X all day. Okay, Gen
I
X.
listen. I get what you're saying. I really get it. I am a man of a certain age too, but I try to teeter on both sides because I want to be in the know because I got kids.
Oh yeah, I want to be in the know
Mm.
too, but everything ain't for
Hey,
everybody.
no, no, no. I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because some of it out there right now, I can't get with it. But certain things like know who these rappers are and know what they're talking about. I want my kids to know that if I speak about it, I know about it, and I want if there's something wrong about it, I want them to know that I know it's wrong and I've been listening to the shit. So
I agree.
you know,
And to Derek's point, being a guardian, a parent, or whatever the case may be, you have children, grandchildren. I am a godfather of like 27 kids. So, and also even as a publicist, it's important to keep my finger on that wire of like things that are out there. So, should I research some more about Glorilla? I'm not very interested in doing that because it's not impacting where I am right now.
no, but
However, don't know if y'all caught her interview. I think it was on CNN. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me in the comments. It looked like
I
CNN.
think it was CNN though,
I think so.
yeah, but
But the reporter asked her a very important question about because she's doing a concert and she met Joe Biden and she met Vice President Harris and asked her like did they ask her basically to endorse them, her political stance or whatever. And she was like, I'm just out here living my life like it's golden. And at the end of the day got to come to an end. And I was like, Jesus, Jamal Christ. What? Excuse me?
you have to realize, and I don't want nobody of any age bracket to think I'm making them better than anyone.
Definitely not.
But the knowledge that some of these youths have is damn near none. And I hate to say it like that. I really do. Because a lot of them, not saying everyone, but a lot of them are not trying to know about the state of affairs because it doesn't affect them. In their mind, it doesn't affect them, which is crazy because everything
Until it
that
does.
that's what it is. Until it does. That's how they are. Out of sight, out of mind. Everyone is like that. Everyone is like that. All the ones that I know that's under 25, dingbats. And that's just what it is.
Well, Derek says things that I just say uninformed. Somewhere in the middle is definitely the bleeping truth.
Yes.
I want to keep it very I'm just gonna keep it on one plane or one note for now, which is hard for me because again, I'm not a one note person. But it's fine for her to feel whatever she feels. So let's do a quick 30-second, and this is very unplanned, media coaching session. So if you're Glorilla and you say, "Hey Chris, my thoughts are I'm just gonna live my life like it's golden." So let's rephrase that
Yes.
and still make it sound like her authentically.
Yes.
So I would say, Glow, you might just want to say, "Hey, I'm just living my best life, not trying to, cause no trouble. My music is inspiring." Something where she sounds smart, not using big words to make her say more than what she is, because not to say that she doesn't know big words. I don't want to. I'm very protective of black women.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that interview, that comment, and that particular part of it, kind of was perfunctory. It's a bit
Yeah,
lackluster.
yeah, yeah.
So you could say I'm living my life like a goat. She could even said, I'm just trying to live my best life. Da,
Right,
da, da, da. Even when she's very expressive, and I love her engagement.
right.
But it made no sense to say at the end of the day got to end.
Again, like you said, I'm gonna use your word, uninformed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And not trying to be informed because it doesn't really affect her. She's making her money. She's living her life. She's doing what she want to do, and it's okay because everybody watches her and allows her to do it. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, Now, if she was a person, not for instance, I'm not going to go back and forth about who, but like Megan, even though Megan is very
Excuse me.
urban, that's going to be the word for the day, urban,
Okay.
but she's very intelligent. On top of
Agreed.
that,
And she's a college graduate.
because she just graduated from college, like maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that. There's things that I feel like our youth, especially youth of color, need to understand that education may not be the best for everyone, but it's still needed because you need to know no matter what job you're going to or whatever field you plan on going to, and even if it's entrepreneurship, you have to obtain some kind of knowledge in some kind of facet. And that's just
Agreed.
what it is.
Agreed.
I don't know. I just feel like, our youth are so wrapped up in the artistries. They don't you we their parents have plain jobs. You know what I'm saying? But the goal in life to them is, and not just them, our age bracket too as well, and others, being a star and being seen and being known is their job. And now, especially with technology, it makes it so much easier to be a star with not that much talent. I hate to say it like that, but
But see, part of the thing that I'm going to bring to a close for, because we got some more interesting
topics.
stuff to talk about,
Mm.
is that when I became a publicist in the dark ages in the 90s,
Right, the
there
90s.
was no, the early 90s, there was no social media.
No, it
So
wasn't.
social media is one of the most powerful tools that humankind has created and endorsed and pushed. Because literally, you could be a quote unquote nobody, whatever that is to y'all, um, and then tomorrow morning wake up and you're going viral because you spilled Charmin onto oatmeal milk, and now it's created
New craze.
some new craze and some new product that nobody would ever think of. Like, okay, so now everybody's gonna be wiping their butts with almond milk soaked toilet tissue.
You know what?
And probably because
It's
I
true.
said it's going to
It's
happen.
probably going to happen.
Somebody's probably making some as we speak. But literally, there
Legit.
wasn't anything like that. Like for
No.
me, people became famous, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Known.
Known, but it's with a V. It'll come back to me.
It will.
Um, when people became valid, or
I like
I'm
that.
sorry, relevant.
Relevant.
That's the
Yes.
word I was looking for. That's not with a
Relevant.
V. There's
Right.
a V
Right.
in it.
Right. Right.
Relevant because from the grit, they could sing. They could really sing. Even the ones that really couldn't sing, but there still was no social media to push them. They just had a look because marketing companies and record companies knew how to push somebody that just had a look. Prime example, when Whitney got signed, Whitney was already pretty and she was already modeling, but she could
Right.
also sing her face off.
Right.
So she was a marketing dream.
Right.
And that's why Clive Davis pushed her to be the Black American Pie
Mm-hmm.
girl. And rest in peace, Whitney. But all of that to say, and I'm about to land the plane on this tarmac of conversation for Glorilla. I want her to reach out to a really good publicist, somebody that's not going to make her into something that she's not, but to strengthen her. One of the things I tell clients when I'm doing media coaching is very important for you to read and try to read some stuff that's above your reading
Right.
level and use Google and also use the voice pronunciation key when you Google. If you don't know how to pronounce the word, hit that button, that red button, and it'll say it for you. I don't want Glorilla to become something she's not. I just want her to be a kind of a better version of
Yeah.
herself. That's
I'm
all I
gonna. I'm
got.
just gonna take it. I'm just piggyback on that when we're gonna land the plane forever. I just feel like because of her life, her upbringing, that she wasn't open and seen a lot of things, so she's limited to what she knows. I think she should take this opportunity now that she's able to get out there and be in the world and be around different people to soak up this knowledge and want to gain more. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I think that's the main thing. But we have to also, as adults, we need to push these people to do this and not just ride the coattails because they're making some money.
And I don't know what people she got around her, but one of the downfalls of anything, especially a brand, or even to you as a regular everyday person, Get rid of the yes men and the yes women.
Right. You need
Because
some.
to your point, just because she got money, y'all just hanging around like a barnacle.
Right.
Like no, I hope she's able to identify. Because somebody like me that was on her team, if I would after seeing that today, I would have called her immediately and be like, "We need to talk now."
Now. All right. So we're gonna land this plane.
Love is Glorilla. That's
Yes,
what
I
she's
do. I
doing
love
for
the
you.
gorilla. You're so talented. Um, next topic will be he's also we came with this together. The Nessa Tessa
I need me a
videos.
little cocktail for that. Because I didn't
Videos.
watch the whole 8 year thing. That felt like Aretha Franklin's funeral.
You're so damn stupid. Well, I have to say, me and my friend Lisa,
Okay.
she came over here. Of course, we were partaking as well, and she was like, "You need to watch this." And I'm like, everybody knows I have a brain of a gnat because I don't like looking at anything for too long.
Okay.
But I watched all 51 skits of that thing
How long did it take you?
forever. I'm just want you to say that. I wanted her to land plane, but her storytelling and her verbal visuals of what was happening was so engaging though. You want like, damn, but put on the next one. I want to hear it. What the heck did he really do? And I was like, dudes, y'all gotta get better.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make it just dudes. Women also gotta understand.
So, people,
Yes,
we got to get better.
you gotta get better.
All right, go ahead.
I feel like I think Nessa Tessa, whatever her name is, you know, I really feel like a lot of women, I'm into as well, are lonely
Mm.
and get to a point where anyone that gives them any kind of attention, they're going to latch onto it.
Mm.
And whatever may come out of it, they're going to spin it to make it a good thing. Bad or good, it's going to be a good thing.
Okay.
I just don't, I just feel like I come from a family of women, so I'm only speaking from what I know. I just need for them to understand that, you are loved and you don't have to be treated like that. And when you see it happening and you know what's happening, because women have a sixth sense or whatever you want to call it,
A high level of
a
discernment.
high level of discernment,
Definitely.
that when things are going wrong and ain't right, it's there. Even though it's not being said, you can pretty much see it's not that. But when you see it, address it, make a judgment, and then move on from that. Because what you can't do is hang on to someone's words and you see no actions happening. And I mean, this whole, even though she made it sound so elaborate and make you want to listen to what she's saying, but she literally did this. Now, I talked to a lot of women at work, was like, oh, I could never do nothing like that. I ain't that stupid and da 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 da. But you ain't been in love or want love like that.
From that perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
How can you say you couldn't do that when someone is actually doing that? And just because they videotape don't mean they're the only one that's doing it. Millions of women are doing the same thing all the time. I don't know. I just want to talk about that.
Let's let me say a couple things about the little bit of what I know. I watched the interview with her and Tamron Hall. Shout out to Tamron, fellow
Love
Temple
Tamara.
Owl. To
Love her. Love
you.
her. Love her. Love her.
Um, and to some of your points, I'm glad that you didn't make it gender specific because this is somebody that held on not only to the notion of this being the truth, but held on to it through her trajectory of trauma.
Mm, right.
And because honestly, a person with higher self esteem would have a higher level of awareness. Even, for example, who out there say in the comments, knew something, but you just decided to look the other way.
That goes on all the time.
Right.
All the time.
So, to her defense, I feel like it was a little bit of everything. And also, sometimes if you're living your life from a well that is empty, there's nothing there, and you see something that presents itself, like, like you
Yeah.
said, then you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is amazing. But some points of the story, I'm just like,
Wait a minute. Some of the points, but I have to give him props
why?
because to fool someone and have the facts and the real stuff to make you believe it is crazy. Like, for instance, he had, I don't know if he made it up or created it himself, but had a letter from the banks that he had gave him a loan of a certain amount. And of course she sees it, and of course it's made with the template with from that particular bank. She's like, okay, all right, this is real shit here. This is about to really happen. He loved me, we loving on each other. He got this money.
He's a sociopath.
He's a
He's
sociopath.
a pathological liar.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He's a
It,
masochist, but she's also a masochist. She's also technically an emotional masochist, and that's not to vilify her. I am guilty of like placing myself in the past with certain relationships just because. So that does make you a masochist.
yeah.
But he's just a masochist because he's like, I don't see an end to this. So I'm just
Wow.
gonna keep going.
And it's kept going. I had to really like. I had to, okay.
How long did it take you to watch all those episodes?
It had to been about 3 hours or something like
Oh, you was dedicated. Like you was gonna say,
that.
oh, it took me like
Like
three
between two
days
and a half,
or
3 hours.
3 weeks.
Me and Lisa sat down here, and she just called me too, which was crazy. And we sat here and we listened to all 51 of them. And of course, me and her had our parts to pick out. It was like, wow, like how and the way she was telling the story is like, I'm living it. I should have known better, but watch as I tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
And she was making it sound so good. Like, he loved me. We met at this so and so and so, and he couldn't he had got this from San Diego. He just got a great job here in Atlanta, and he was living with his sister or some crap like that. I'm probably getting it all wrong, but Lord forgive me. But whatever. And I feel like, damn, you tell the story because you're looking back like all this shit was a lie. Like all of it is a lie. Like you could form this in your head
So
to be
none
true.
of it was true.
None of it. Well, okay. He did have children. I think one in Massachusetts and one in Philadelphia, because he did say he had two other kids. He never went to school in San Diego. That was a lie. He wasn't the vice president of
I'm clear on that.
of the condiment company. He wasn't the vice president. He was a general worker at at that particular company. The letter was false, so with a $700,000.
Yeah, I figured that.
That was false. Um, and what else? I'm trying to figure out what else. He said he had a sister in that lived in some area in Georgia. I think she lived in Alpharetta, but she lived in another area. He said it was her sister, and he had two brothers. For come to find out, he was a twin.
Wow.
He has a twin brother. He has an older brother that he always talk about. He says when I was watching it, he used to be on the phone talking to his older brother on the phone. Well, make believe talking to his older brother on the phone. She called the brother and said he hadn't talked to him in X amount of years. I don't fuck with him. That was the crazy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why every once in a while I don't really agree with falling down rabbit holes too much. But sometimes doing a search on Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
your search bar, I don't know what outlets or resources you got, but sometimes you got to do a deep dive.
Yeah, because People are going to tell you and make themselves look good because it makes them look good. Then no one wants to look bad at anybody, especially if they're trying to get at you or get something from you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But damn, but that kind of investing and mind you, she had her own home already, so she didn't really have to. I mean, I guess she had a decent. I guess she wanted a grandiose home, because
And
like
you said
most,
they were living in Alpharetta.
yeah, she lived in
That's
Alpharetta.
when everybody from Atlanta knows it's a very nice area.
So okay, so I mean I know Georgia, but I don't know everything about it. So right now I can't even afford Georgia, but that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But I know she said she owned a house out in Alpharetta, and she was she just wanted love. She wanted to be loved. She wanted a family, and I think every woman that you know wants that. They want the home life. They want
But
the yeah. Well, go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt you. This is important. When you said she just want to be loved, that's one of the things, one of the 5 things we need to survive.
True. I totally agree. I
We
totally
need
agree.
air, we need water. Love is on that list. We
Love is on
need
that list.
food.
Yeah.
So again, I don't want to vilify her because she deserved to be loved. But some people say, I don't need nobody. I'm all right. I can just be by myself. It makes you bitter. Which, if you become embittered, your health is going to decline.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to go down. It's
Definitely.
going to be fast. So, needing love versus how to go about it, I just feel bad for her because I can't remember how old she is. I don't think.
She wasn't that old.
Yeah,
She might have been close to 40.
I thought she was like 40 or in the early 40s. And ladies, especially our black women, again, you might have to do a deep dive. One of my friends, she was like, looked on LinkedIn, she looked on this, she looked on that. And then I think she did a Google search before she even went on the first date with this guy.
Wow. Wow.
Unless you got, and even still, you should do a little dive. Unless that person was referred to you by a really good friend, I mean, a good friend, not an acquaintance,
Right.
a good friend, somebody that can kind of vouch for at least their surface character until their true person show up.
Right.
You might have to start doing deep dives, ladies or gentlemen, whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't wait though to see how I think Netflix is buying her story.
Oh, so they're gonna buy it.
I think so. They were in talks.
I think she would make a killing off that, because there's so many women and men. I'm not gonna make it just a woman thing. And men are in these type of situations where they were looking for something, thought they found it, and lost home and money and life and health, all kinds of craziness because of
Credit.
credit. You know what I'm saying? It's been unreal. You know what I'm saying? What if she would have decided to put her own money into this? Because according to her, everything was on him. She didn't have to put it down. All she had to do was basically come with the package. I was like, oh, okay.
But depending in Georgia, I don't know what the laws are, but does his debt become her debt? I guess she would have said something about it.
Right.
Or
But
maybe it
I guess she
doesn't.
felt if he's getting a $700,000 home loan,
There would be no
there
debt.
would be no debt. You know what I'm saying? So
We're praying for you, sister.
yeah, we
And
really
praying for
are.
any sisters or brothers that are going through anything similar like this on either side.
Right.
Because Nessa could have been Neil.
Wow.
Nathaniel.
It could have been anybody.
It
You
could have been
are
anybody.
fucking. Yes. Listen. I just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not gonna say that I couldn't have gotten caught up in some situation like that, because
Mm-hmm.
if you're in love with somebody and they're bringing the best parts of you out and they make you feel like a different person and you floating, how you supposed to say, "Oh damn, I want to check everything"? Like, should I? I mean, we should, but you another headspace now. You jumping over shit. Oh, that's my baby. I love him.
But like I said, if you see a red flag and it's looking like Carrie when she
I'm
killed
done.
everybody at the prom,
I'm done.
adhere to your mother with to your
Mm-hmm.
intuition. It's trying to tell you something. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. And so we're going to end this particular topic.
And we're about to go into Charles, your lunch is
I'm done.
ready. They hating on you.
I'm fucking done.
Charles, your lunch. And that's the original key that she sings to them, by the way.
That's a dumbass right there. I ain't mean. What can we say about that? Because it's all over the internet. It's coming up on TV. They're showing up in places. It's bananas to me.
I have a couple of thoughts, but go ahead.
I I just don't understand. This was a regular couple. You know what I'm saying? They got online. They was just showing her making meals for her man, and now they're getting their bodies done. She looked like Yolanda Adams now. I don't even know who the fuck that was.
Not Yolanda. Not that the battle's not yours. The battle is.
I'm just saying. That is just crazy to me. Like, I'm just saying. Shit.
Yolanda, we love you.
I do, Yolanda. I love you. Now, I don't want you to take it on any kind of way. But he's giving you new Yolanda. I'm just like, God damn.
Wait a minute. How did you refer to Miss Netta?
New Yolanda? What?
No, the pronoun.
Oh, as a woman? I know.
No, do you or do you not? Because that's okay. This is where we're gonna have to spend at least an extra 5 minutes on
Right,
this
right, right.
topic. Because Ms. Netta has profoundly said in a couple of interviews, especially the one I saw with T.S. Madison, that she does not consider herself a woman
Mm.
or or transgender as well.
Mm.
So she said her real name. I can't remember what it was,
I thought it was Reginald, but
something like that. And so the argument now is that she's not she's not non-binary, but or gender non-conforming, which are totally again all of these across the board are just
I get a
different.
headache with these things. I ain't gonna
I
lie to
know
you.
you do.
I,
It
I,
took me a while, but I think basically the argument has been just being a drag queen. But I'm like, if you're living your life as a woman,
and you got nuts.
which again has nothing to do with the Parsitic child. You can
Right,
have many different things, and you don't have to identify due to your what you were born with.
right.
I
I'm being
definitely
funny,
respect
y'all. I'm
all of
being
that.
funny.
Yes, don't kill him.
Yeah, don't kill me.
Um, Netta's okay. So if Netta is saying that she's not a drag queen but can answer to male pronouns, you know what? It's a new day.
I
As long as you tell me what you want to be called, I will try to stay away from pronouns just in case if I don't know.
right.
If you say your name is Boo Boo, Kiki,
Hmm.
Calandria, shout out to Kelly Rowland. Oh, if your name is Hello, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
call you. But then if it gets to a more intense conversation or interaction, like if we're employees or something, then I may say, well, what pronouns do you ascribe to? And then we'll just go from there.
right.
Because I no longer generally try not to assume, even saying things that could be considered misogynistic. Like I try not to. I'm Southern, so down south it's normal to be like, "Hey, baby," or "Hey, sugar," "Hey, sweetheart."
Hmm.
But
I do that all the time.
yes, some people, especially women, however they identify, don't like it because they feel like you're being misogynistic or
Hmm.
you're demeaning
Demeaning them, yes.
demeaning them in a way just to say like, oh. Whereas I use a general, I say boo. I may say boo to a guy or girl. Hey boo, what's up boo? Thanks boo, whatever. Or thanks my love. I try not to say things like sweetheart or whatever.
Yeah, because that really sends them. I don't know.
Yeah. But Charles and Netta, so here's this goes back to what you said earlier about Glorilla and the era of this youth. Charles and Netta literally got their 15 or 20 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
People were engaged. I'm not mad at them. And what was smart is that as soon as it started taking off, I don't know what deals they got, but I was like, y'all getting booked to make appearances? Cool. Because
Books.
some of those walkthroughs, you can get five,
I
$10,000.
know.
So you have to strike the iron like it's. I hope you're saving your money. Buy McDonald's, invest, do something. Buy a
Right.
gas station. Open
They
up
gotta do something.
open up a couple of laundromats. I don't know, but please be smart and invest your money because I love Charles and Netta. Unless they got something else under their sleeve that we don't know about,
They look very limited, and I hate to say it like that. And even though
I'm gonna drink.
I'm just saying, I don't want nobody to feel kind of way. They just look limited, and this is their 15 minutes of fame, and they're going to take it and run with it. I just hope.
As they should.
I just hope. I need my 15 minutes of fame because I want to be that person.
It's
I want.
starting now.
Oh, he has spoken, y'all. It's starting now. I just feel like we have to. When someone like that, out of nowhere, I'm not saying I don't know Miss Netta's background. I don't know Charles' background. I don't know what he do. The funny thing is about him is that even though you may perceive him a certain way, but when he talks, it's way more deeper than what you think. I'm like, oh wow,
Hmm.
because not for nothing, looking at you, you're gonna be like, oh no, 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 just on the look alone. But and then on top of who his partner is, you're gonna be like, oh no, 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 no. But whoever's got them and working with them, they're supporting them and they're making the best out of it. They're gonna live well.
I really do hope that they will invest well. They are now okay. So one of the things I'm sorry, y'all. I lost my train of thought because I want to make a specific point. The only thing that was bothering me about Charles and Miss Netta the most was were they calling themselves icons or legends?
Legends or something like that. I think it was legends. But when you have to understand, you have to understand when you're limited. That's my word for today.
Go ahead.
When you're limited and you come up out of that limited sleep, I'm probably saying the word wrong. You just like you don't like wow, they know me. I'm going in the stores, they're like speaking to me. Oh, you so and so from the da 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 da. So that that's an ego boost. And then on top of them going to get their whole bodies redone, which is crazy to me. But I mean, I guess if you want to become an icon, you have to look a certain way. And I guess he wanted to be more appealing for the cameras.
And I don't think they even paid for the surgeries. I think they were free.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, I say get all you can get as long as it's healthy and give you the returns and the rewards that
Right.
you're looking for. However, comma,
Now have a comma. I like that.
T.S. Madison, I love you so much. But when y'all did the review about which I couldn't stop laughing about Miss Netta's body, it's just some things I just don't want to ever know. I would love to know the winning lottery number,
Yes.
but I don't want to know what Miss Netta got us going on up under her clothes. Charles, you need to
Yo,
be honest. Like some stuff can just
they could have kept that to
yeah, it
themselves.
could have just been a mystery.
Right.
But when TS and them were doing, I was screaming because it was hilarious.
Mm-mm.
But and I'm not body shaming at
No,
all.
not at
I don't
all.
have the right to body shame nobody. Um, it's just that some things ain't for everybody. That's the one thing about social media as we're learning because you could become a viral sensation. But do I want to know everything that you got going on?
Like for real. Do I want to know everything?
Just give me the highlights.
Like it's just too much for me. Don't get me wrong. I think the internet is like a phenomenon
Yeah.
because people that you would never think, ever would think would be so everywhere is out there, which is crazy to me. You know what's funny thing? I was watching the lady that does the everybody's God, what is that thing she do? Everybody's so creative.
Yeah.
She was telling her backstory. She was like, I had a regular job. I got on here and started talking about stuff, and I talked to somebody and they collect me to something, and now I'm everywhere. And she knows she done retired from her job. She bought a brand new house. She's living. the dream off of that one saying, everyone is so creative.
Let's do a little dive more about that because you just spurred another thought. Again, I'm giving y'all some free PR marketing gems here. If you need a whole plan, then you have to inbox me.
Right.
But talking about that, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Y'all remember the viral sensation? It's so funny that's part of our lexicon language right now. The girl that was in Cleveland that said about the chicken salad.
I'm done. Don't you
No,
right
but
now. Don't you
she
right now.
did a tell-all interview where they offered her something measly. Let's just say it was like 50,000, because that for that to have been so viral, it should have been like at least 500.
At least.
I think they gave her something very paltry, something like that, because again, if you're trying to work from a place of, as you said, limited, I'm going to say a limited space,
Right.
or a space where there's nothing there at all, she was thinking like I can get my lights cut back on because that's what she said.
Right.
I could pay some back bills or whatever, as opposed to getting what she was worth, getting a lawyer or someone that can negotiate for you. Because if you know you don't have good negotiating skills, hire somebody to do that.
Gonna do that for you, definitely.
Because look, that 15 minutes of fame can be gone in 5 minutes. However, the lady you talking about, she got rewards in return. She retired. She bought a new home. She probably paid off all bad credit or whatever.
Whatever thing.
Whereas the lady about the chicken salad, she said she basically after she did everything, she had nothing left.
But they gave her $50,000. That's like a
It's a
thousand
spit.
dollars.
Yeah, it's a spit in the can.
It's a spit in the can. You could not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like 50,000. I think great. Yeah, it's great. So some of the things that you need to get currently done and fixed, it's great. But if you want to live a lifestyle, or go beyond you got to get way more than that.
That and also she probably wasn't thinking that I could turn this into a mini brand. And we had some things out there, some catchphrases and many brands enticing monikers like who can forget all I wanted was a cold pot. Rest in peace,
Yes.
Sweet Brown. Rest in
Yes.
peace. I think she deceased.
Yeah, I think she just passed away not too long
I
ago.
think it's been a couple years.
It's been that long.
I think. I hope I'm quoting it right. We might have to go back in and
We'll check it.
we'll check it. We'll
Yeah.
fact check because I don't want to get sued. But just different things like that. Where's the beef? Even though Wendy's came up with that, but there's certain things that's going to stay in your head. And now was great about it is that these are everyday people like ourselves that go viral. It's not a marketing company. It's not some big person up in the sky going, "Oh, let me create this slogan like it, like they did back in the day." These are people. Y'all are witty. Y'all are smart. But when it comes to the business acumen part of it, that's where you fall off.
Yeah,
Don't
definitely.
just don't just be like, "Oh, I'll take this $100,000 check," because there's a way for you to get Jason Weaver that sang
Oh yeah.
the Lion King theme. I don't know if y'all read the article where they were just going to just pay him just to do whatever, but his mother said, no, you're going to get residuals for the rest of your life. He got a good check, but every time the Lion King makes whatever, he gets a check.
He gets a check.
That's a big PR list y'all get for free. But stay on top of that.
Yeah.
Charlton Netta,
Mm.
Heath, wish you well.
Yeah. I really hope the best for you guys. I really don't want no ill will to them because
At all.
some people are like, well, why is that? Nah, 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 nah. It's just their time. You know
It
what I'm
is.
saying?
It's literally just the time.
It's their time, and maybe your time's coming soon. It's just not your time, but it's their time. You gotta let them live. I'm gonna say as long as they have the internet and radio and all this craziness like this, they're gonna be somebody. It's just how they collect their money. That's gonna be the issue.
And they took a chance. They turned the camera on like you are, because this is your brainchild. I'm the guest. But they turned the camera on, they took a chance, and imagine if you didn't do this because you don't know what this can look like 6 months from now.
Right, 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 right. I just again like I'm a very genuine person, and I just want them to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I want them to grow and be in there and whatever it is what they want to call it. I don't have no words for that, but
Thrive.
thrive. That I like that thrive. I want you to thrive.
You're welcome. You leave me hanging.
Oh, got you.
All
Here we
right.
go.
Yes,
Oh
thrive.
my God. Yeah, I got you. All right, so we done talked about that. What's you got any topics that you want to continue on?
Well, the next one we're talking about. Drum roll,
Mm-hmm.
please. Who's out there that's 50 and over?
Yes, 50 and over.
Either you want to start or
50. Well, I'm not 50 yet.
I'm 52. I know I don't look it.
Mm-mm. I'm 49. So 50 is literally right there.
Yes.
And how can I explain this? How can I explain me at this age, at being at the 50 mark? Because I could consider it the 50 mark. I feel like on one side, I'm so adult and I have to do what I have to do to maintain myself and my family and stuff like that. But on the other side, I'm still a big kid. Like I just how can I explain it? Like I love to just be silly and have fun and and crack jokes and dancing and bopping. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just who I am as a person. But I know so many people that's in the same age bracket that we in are just like festering in a state. Like, and I know that sound crazy, don't it? Right? But I know some
They're crazy.
like at this age, at 50, you're supposed to be like, F the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm living my life. I'm gonna go out and chill. Some of us out because the youngins don't keep jobs more than 5 years and that, but some of us have kept our jobs close to 20, 30 years and raised their families. And you at this point, your kids are grown, or they almost grown, they about to be out. You about to live your life. I tell these young girls I work with all the time, especially the ones that's in their 50s and 60s like that, y'all better live it up. Y'all look good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got no worries, unless you want to worry. Dumb shit.
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna
Matata,
Matata.
you stupid. So that's just the thing that I say with 50. Like I just want to be so carefree and so keep my youthfulness.
As you should.
You know, I don't want to be. I just seems like there's so much. What's the word? Like stress, and sometimes it's stress for no reason. Like I need for y'all to stop stressing. Like it's just too much out there for you to be stressing. You could be going like that, and you stressing over the little things. And it's not a big shit. It's the little shit. Hey, you can't eat that. Can't get a lasagna today. You got to get something. Get you some chicken McNuggets from McDonald's or something like that. I don't know what to tell you.
Not like that's any healthier.
Right? You have the lesser of two evils. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, the precipice of 50 versus living in the
50,
50s,
right.
we can talk about that a little bit. Right before I turned 50, I was like, what have I accomplished being almost half a century old? Because it hits harder when you actually see the number. Like when I got to 45, I was like, oh my God, 5 years.
Right.
And thank you, Lord, that I thought. I was like, I
Yes,
want to be
yes.
50 because I'm not complaining. But I was like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and this is where I'm working, and da 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 da. And then, one of the things that I can only speak for black and brown people is that, specifically speak for black and brown people, is that we bring a lot of generational traumas and stuff with us,
We do.
and it lingers over us, and it kind of like navigates how we move through stuff. So, at 45, I had to make a conscious decision there to be like different, whatever that was. So, different, um, such as I'm acting, I'm in a web series. I went in the studio and started doing backgrounds for a friend in Philly. I started writing songs and stuff. I'm a writer by nature, but just like not thinking about how I love my mother, and I know you loved your
Oh,
mother.
yeah.
But our mother sometimes will really enforce upon the whole, get a job, make sure you got benefits, and die.
We
Like
die.
that's just kind of like how that trajectory looks like with
That is so true. Oh my
certain
God.
black families. And as long as you don't have to call your mother to ask her, can you move back in, borrow any large sums of money, because
Right.
they have a threshold that's like really
Low,
low.
right.
Anything above $50, they side eyeing you.
Right. Like, what the fuck
So
you need that for?
yeah, like getting in the 50s is so different. Then also, um, going to the doctors more because after you get past a certain age, they want us to get certain tests done.
I know.
And in my family, everything runs in there like FloJo,
I'm done.
sugar, high blood pressure,
Hmm.
this, that, and the third. So 50 also was a clearing, has been a clearing era for me, like disconnecting from certain people and not being upset about like I would be 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you said, not giving a flying whoop.
Hmm.
So that's something that becomes a new moniker instead of your grandmother and all their stuff. You have to switch it out
Right.
and
Right.
start to be like, I don't care about that. I want to be happy.
I want to be. Let me tell you something. When I got to about the 45 mark, I said, "Oh no." I was seeing all this crazy people our age. I love us. I love my age group, but we have to know when to say when. I love that the fact that when you're in your 50s
Mm-hmm.
or in that half a century mark or close to it, you have a je ne sais quoi of how you move. Right, and that's what the je ne sais quoi of how you move. And to the youth, it's a sexy thing for them because they don't know what real security is. So when and confidence.
Excuse me.
So when you at this age, you have this. You just have a swag that just exudes off and it pulls them in. But we have to learn that just because we can pull that attention, should we stay in that attention? I have a buddy,
And we earned it. Go
and we
ahead.
earned it.
Right. Go ahead.
I have a buddy. He is 58.
Okay.
The young lady he's dating is 27.
All right.
Mind you, he has a son that's 40. I'm going to say no for me just because I was a dingbat in my 20s.
Ditto.
I mean, a dingbat. I'm a dingbat now, but I'm a little
Ditto.
more stable than I was back then.
Ditto.
I just refuse to even lessen my intelligence, and I know that sounds so hard to say, to deal with that. Now, if you're mature, 20-year-old, and yeah, I'm not gonna say everybody's, you know, immature. They have some people in their 20s and early 30s that are just, knocking shit out on house, car, businesses, jobs, finances and longevity. Okay, great. That is a rare find for that era. And like, not saying that I have millions and millions of dollars because I damn sure don't because we eating crackers. We on a budget. So
I mean something real later. I don't know what we're doing.
right.
Well, go ahead.
Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? But just it's just I mean, when you get to this age that we're at and we have some things established, homes and businesses and stuff like that, and then you invest into someone, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once you invest in, you can see that what you're putting in is way more than you're getting out of it. Like that's craziness to me. And that's what you get when you date a younger person. And that is the same thing that's happening with him. You should be worrying about
Not just dating a younger person, but the age disparity, that gap is
that gap is
huge.
huge.
Yes.
I have and also for me, having kids in my 20s really creeps me out about that. I don't know. It's just creepy to me about, especially at this age, being able to have such dating someone half my age. And when you got kids at that age, so you're like, am I a creep like that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel right. Like some people is okay with it, but I don't feel right.
Well, Venus and Mars, I may be. They always say women mature faster.
Which is true. Which is I believe it, but when you it's still creepy to me. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I get it,
Mm.
but him to be 50, 57, 58.
58.
He's 58.
Soon to be 59.
At least she's grown.
She is grown. In the eyes
Oh,
of the law, she is legal.
and more than legal. Because cringy would be for me 20,
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. Like yeah, that would have did it for me.
She's closer to 30 than she's not.
True. That's very true.
Right. So I can handle that.
Right.
But then again, black women especially get vilified because she's dating somebody older. Well, she can't date him without his permission.
That's true too.
So it doesn't necessarily mean she's trying to be a sugar baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Wait. Go. I know before you. So, what do you feel about the reverse of that?
if she was older and he was younger,
Yes.
have fun.
Have fun, right?
As long as it's consensual and
Oh,
y'all have whatever it is that y'all have in common. Like the inner workings of relationships can be very like one word you use, interesting. It could be when this is all on the outside looking in. It could be weird. It could be mystifying. It could be a whole bunch of
a whole
stuff.
bunch of things. Yes.
And then at the end of the day, a lot of times what the story that we create in our head don't even match their reality.
Which is true.
So,
Which is crazy to me. Oh my god.
and then you don't know what mutual agreement it comes to. They might just be having some really good fun.
That's true too.
Because our friends don't always tell us everything about their relationship. They might tell you just enough so you can mind your damn business.
Yeah. I just so going back into that for one moment.
All right.
I have a friend. He's my age, as a matter of fact, which is younger than this dude. And he says he cannot date any woman over 30 years old.
And he's your age.
And he's my age.
Now that is a red flag. Because why?
Why? I want to say why. He's like, he says to me that I have a real chill young mind. I like to go with the flow. I'm always on the go, and not for nothing. He is an on the go kind of person. He is. I'm not gonna say that he's a triathlete or nothing like that. But he's in good frame. He doesn't look his age. But the point is, you are your age. Like
But
that's creepy to me.
and it is creepy. And nothing against your friend, but it feels very predatorial.
Like, I personally feel that because I feel like the manipulation that he can do with this younger person is bananas, which is crazy. Unless they have a parent who has taught them some things, but he probably wouldn't attach himself to that because he'd not be able to get his way. I feel like this is a little too much for me. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. He cool. He's never done anything weird or funky in front of me. I just felt when he said it, I was like, no one over 30? I mean, she's beautiful. She looks great. Da 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 da. She's 31. Oh, it's too old for me. Wow.
I'm just gonna refrain. I already said what I said, and in my new voice, I'm not changing it.
And I'm not
It's
changing.
predatorial. Nothing
Yeah.
against your friend. I would definitely. This is an extreme to say like, don't have your grandchildren around him.
Wow.
And a friend, if you're watching, no offense, but and not to call your child molesters. I'm totally joking.
Yeah.
However, when people put a cap on that age,
Like,
as opposed to I could semi accept because he's in his late 40s. Nobody over 40, but over 30 and you're almost 50
yeah.
is again flaggy.
It's flaggy.
Not to say that's a word, but it is a little
Ah, you
flag.
stupid. I ain't.
But let's talk about some of the funny stuff of being 50 before we go to the next topic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, men, you sit on the toilet and you feel a wetness down there because your balls done dropped into the bowl water.
Ah, you fucking stupid. You are fucking stupid.
I mean, good grief.
Listen, that is true to a point, but I just don't want to be that 50-year-old. Oh my god.
Your balls are in the toilet bowl?
Nah, you're fucking stupid. I'm just talking about the crotchety old man.
Oh, definitely not. That's not an option for me.
I just feel like, and you mad at the world. You just don't know why you're mad, and everything
50
pisses
should.
you. But the new 50 is, oh my god, what is those? I forgot the name of that group, but it's a older beard group or something like that, where everybody's over 50 and they dressed. And I
Yeah.
can't think of them. Those guys
The
are
silver foxes?
silver foxes. That's what they are.
Yes.
When I tell you props to, I want to be them at that age. I want to be that dude. You be like that fun, and you can. What can you say? You kept yourself up. You dressed. You smart. My mother has always told me growing up. You know what I'm saying, that you are a big black man, and you should be together at all times. You should not be stinking. Your clothes should not be wrinkled, and you should always smell good. Wash your ass. And she meant that too. Fucked up on many days because of that. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, like that's something to aspire to. I think men should definitely find that silver foxes is all over the internet and get into what they got going on. Them dudes is really doing their thing.
Tailor suits.
Yeah,
No hats. No suits from Men's Warehouse. Nothing wrong with Men's Warehouse.
right.
They got some nice stuff. But those suits definitely. Some of them could come from Men's Warehouse, and then they just
Did they think to
just
it? Yeah.
judge the stuff up. Was what I'm
Hmm.
trying to say. But they are a standard that I would love to work up
Oh
to.
yeah.
That reminds me of my grandfather.
Yes, yes, yes.
And even the other day, like I had to get a belt because I broke my other belt. I've had it for a long time. It was starting to shred too. And
Hmm.
I remember, I don't have a lot of memories with or of my grandfather because he died when I was like 7 or 8.
Hmm.
But one of the things that he left with me was men should always have a belt. You should never be outside on couch or you're a young man. And I remember going, I just want to play outside and talk to the animals and stuff. And he's talking about because I was walking around with no belt
No
on.
belt on.
And yeah, but being a crotchety old man is definitely to me an option because we got to stop living in these taboo shadows that we still can't talk about mental health and things of that
Right.
nature too. So everybody, we got to get out of the he's a little
Right. Right.
like
Right. Right.
or like those days should be gone. I
Gone.
definitely do not. I'm definitely not gonna be that crotchety person. I am a little disappointed because I remember I was in my 40s. I was like, I'm gonna be like out at this and da 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 da, and then Friday I'm like, where's the bed? I'm ready to go to sleep.
That it should be on a T-shirt. Where is the bed? Cause I don't have no energy. I
Yeah,
get up so early in the morning, work these 8 hours, come back home and gotta do that shit every day. And come Friday, it's not happening.
and I'm doing 10,000 things, and I don't even work in the office. I work remotely, but when you're peopled out, here's the thing about getting this age too, which can lead to being crotchety and cantankerous and all the other stuff, is that when you're peopled out, we kind of need to go in the house to recharge our social batteries.
Definitely. I I'm telling you, when I get off work, 2:53,
Colored,
colored. I don't care.
colored.
2:53. I'm racing to the train to get to the other train to get to my car to get here. And to do what? Nothing.
Nothing.
Smoke weed, of course. I'm gonna smoke the weed.
Because
But
when you on the precipice and living in the 50s yet again, nothing feels like you got paid every day because we have to pay ourselves for certain things. Like
Yes.
I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, I need to download the Peacock app because I'm not seeing one new episode of SVU this season.
Oh my God. Altami's got me into that SVU. She got me so locked in. It's crazy. And you know, I don't. My brain is the size of a gnat. But for me to like something and be incorporated into it, I'm like, oh, Altamis,
So just
love you.
shout out.
Hmm.
But I definitely want to catch up on it. It was different things that you plan to everybody be like. And again, there is certain life experience entitlements that you get to have. If you're in your 20s, live your best life. 30s too.
Listen,
40s, live the best you can.
does she can.
And 50, just live.
Just live. Listen, we was talking about me and my best friend was talking about the other day. You know, we was on the phone. We was like, yo, in our 20s, it was nonstop. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and every other Sunday in the club.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How the hell we did it with no money? That's the shit that blew me. That's the shit. But we stayed there, and we stayed in the club, and we stayed. Yo, this was funny. We was talking about how you get off work. You know, we going out tonight. So we going out tonight? Yeah, we going tonight. What time? 11:30. I'll be like, ooh, 11:30. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap, and I'm gonna be ready. And you get that phone call at 10:30. You getting ready? Yeah, I'm getting dressed. Da, 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 da. We get meet them. I'm outside. We get on the train because you know we in New York. We get on the train and party till the sun comes up. And did that shit Thursday, Friday, Saturday with jobs, mind you.
I'm always
Huh?
amazed when, because I'm dating someone that's slightly older than me and share the same experience of living in New York. How people can just have jobs, party all night, and then talk about how they just went to the bathroom and took a bird bath or whatever and beat it to work.
Let me tell you, it was very, very, very hard.
I believe it.
I have I don't say no names of where I worked at prior, but there was lots of things that were wrong because I was not there. But that was many, many, many years ago. That was damn 30 years ago. Oh shit! Wow, goes fast,
Yeah.
right? And I just couldn't believe how we used to do that stuff like that. I just couldn't believe it. Like, and now that I sit back and one of my buddies who's from Atlanta called me and said, oh, you don't never want to go out. Da, 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 da. You should come out. And this was a Saturday. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna come. Where you want to be at? Oh, we're gonna go out to the city. I said, cool, cool, cool. What time? So in my mind, I'm thinking of like around the 7, 8 o'clock hour. He said, all right, so I'm gonna do some things and then meet me in the city at 11:30.
Ooh,
Who?
that's the wrap up time. That's the all right, y'all.
When he said it, but listen to what I said. When he said it, my body immediately shut down.
And
You
went
know
to
you're not
sleep.
going.
Yeah, you're not
You
going.
know you're not going, right?
Because it
Okay.
starts here.
It starts here, right? You're not going. And I didn't. I'm like, you, and he's older than me.
That's amazing. Shout out to your friends.
I'm like, son, it ain't even that serious. I don't need to hear the music. I don't need no drinks. I don't need to see people that bad at 11:30. If I'm not out there at the 7, 8 o'clock hour, it's probably not going to happen.
All I want to watch is the cinematic credits that's behind my eyelids.
Yo, you're stupid. Listen, I totally agree with you because I can't do it. I just can't. I'm so tired. When that clock rings at 4:55, that's all I got to say is this right here. Someone had to get their head punched up their back. But you gotta get up, you gotta go because these bills gotta get paid. You gotta eat, you gotta change clothes. You know what I'm saying? It just gotta be done. I just feel like, and I think going into my 50s, as well as you being in your 50s, you have been like, okay, I know what I need to do to make life happen, and that's just what it is. I feel like it's really boring. It's really, really, really boring. But you got to do it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So let's before we're gonna jump to this. We can
Yeah.
get
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
So, but before we close this out, what's one goal? Two goals. What's one you want to set out if you can in the next year before you turn 50, and one you would like to accomplish in your 50s?
Ooh, that's a deep one right there.
It is.
Well,
It isn't.
so
It
is it a
wasn't.
okay? Okay?
It ain't never gonna be.
Well, yeah, of course, at the age of 40, I bought my first house. So,
That's big.
so really big for me. I'm very, very, very proud of it.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
proud of you.
I'm very proud of myself as well because I never would thought being somebody from the hood that I would ever be at this mark to say that I did that. And I want our young people to really think about. I know right now the APR rating is a little crazy, but home ownership is a big thing, and you really need to think about and educate yourself on how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I really felt like I was grown, I was doing some things, but when I stepped into this line of the home ownership, it made me an adult though. Like I have to baby this and maintain it and make sure it's good so it can survive and thrive. So going to your topic, what is my plan by the time I'm 50? I'm very grateful for the age. Definitely, I mean, I have to say I don't, as you as well. We don't look our age, to be 50 years old. We may act it, but we don't look it. And I feel like even though I'm turning 50, and it's definitely a proud point in my life, I just want to make this has been my baby here, my house. So I really want to make sure that everything here is up to par. That's my big thing. Making sure my backyard is done, doing my bathrooms, making it a showpiece for me, not just for people that come here, but for me as well. Because this is something that you invested into, and
You gotta live
and you
here,
got to live here, and you're bound to this for 30 years.
and it should be your solitude.
Oh, solitude, solitude. I love it. I know where I'm out of control.
Everybody touching their ball over the building.
Right.
Say solitude.
Solitude. Mhm. Solitude.
Solitude. It should be a sanctuary.
Sanctuary. I love it. So that's my main. So I'm gonna do my backyard because they're gonna fence the back. I'm gonna do the sides. I'm gonna do the whole backyard. I'm gonna extend my deck out. Well, make it a deck because that's a step out. That ain't even a deck. I'm gonna concrete the whole backyard, and I'm gonna fence it all the way around. And I'm gonna just make it like for the summer times when we come over and it's warm, we can have drinks outside, boats outside, um, and that's basically it for the next couple of years. So, but as I get into my 50s, I want to travel more. I really, really would love to travel overseas. I mean, I've been to Mexico. I've been to all those places over there.
So you talking
But
more like Europe?
Europe, I want to go. I want to go. I have a buddy that lives in South Africa, and he's been telling me him and his wife they actually were nurses here in the United States, but moved back there and to raise their daughter because they didn't want they couldn't take America. But so they're doing wonderful out there, and they've been telling me for years, Derek, come on out here. Don't worry about no hotel. Just get your flight. You can stay with us. We have a huge compound and all this stuff like that. I'm like,
Compound.
compound. I was like, oh, yeah,
I got to clean my
yeah,
glasses.
yeah. That's
Compound.
compound. I'm like, and I want to go, but them tickets is crazy.
They are crazy.
Them tickets is crazy. But I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go. So that's one. So I want to do. Of course, I want to do Europe. I want to do Paris,
Hmm.
Cape Town. I want to go to Hong Kong. I want to go to Tokyo. I want to do like all the cities in Japan. Not say we'll talk. That's another topic we'll talk about later with Japan and African Americans. We're gonna talk about that too. Um, but that's traveling. I think traveling is going to be basically my next thing as I get into my 50s. I work with a lot of women, and of course they go on all kinds of trips all the time. I need to know how women just get money to go on trips like this.
Y'all are some magical beings.
I know I'm a man, but you can put me on.
I
Please
mean,
put me on.
especially black mamas, y'all just have y'all born with like ancestral magic because y'all just make stuff just happen.
Make it happen. I'm telling you, they are the women I work with are on a cruise every other week. I thought we had 5 weeks of vacation, but you on a cruise every week. We got to make it happen. I don't get it. Or they're going to some country. I love that. I love the fact that they are living their lives. And I'm going away. I done worked myself to death all year long. I'm gonna go on a vacation. I'm gonna live it up. We had to be in the moments like that. We really have to learn how to be that way because I don't want to be. I like that crotchety old ass man that's mad at the world and mad at everybody. And oh, I love my grandmother to death. She's scared to do everything. Like, oh my God, you can't go there because they're gonna be shooting. Well, grandma, they can shoot you in the house, love bug. I don't know. I mean, just because they can do it doesn't mean that you have to stop living your life.
Again, living in generational trauma,
Right.
living in generational trauma narratives. Because my mother, no, she's gotten better. But when I first started getting back to acting, so what they gonna have you do? I said, I'm not gonna be doing porn. That's not an option.
Yo, you a fool.
Or just anything that they can conceptualize is going to keep you safe.
Right.
Make sure that your lights are on and make sure that you're eating. They're always going to side eye. But when you get to 50, and to borrow their moniker for the closing of the topic, F everything. Live your damn
Damn life.
life.
Live your life. Yes. Agreed.
So, we're going to shift to our last topic because this has been a very energetic
It
conversation.
has been. I think it was very
I'm
good.
excited for this inaugural episode.
You're right.
Cannabis education.
One of my
Watching
favorites.
my life go down. Y'all know that song reference because that's why I said that. What's it called?
Don't do wait.
Up in Smoke
Up in smoke. You
by
was a
Chris Young.
Chris John. Yo, you. I hate you. You know that. I just really hate you right now.
Watching my life go down. So we can't deep dive into cannabis education in terms of the beginning, whatever. I just wanted, for me, and I guess you can talk about however, whatever, but cannabis education as part of my journey, and where I am with it today is just accepting that cannabis is not of the devil. Cannabis was not created to kill you. It has way too many positive scientific factors to it. Cannabis is not addictive like crack.
Definitely.
Just dispelling some of these myths and also affirming yourself in it. So, long story short, I am the grandson and son of ministers. Pentecostal, speaking in tongues, prophecy, shouting. I was choir director, junior choir director, the YPI teacher. I was a bunch of things, and I love um, the legacy that I grew up in terms
I'm,
of my
I mean,
religious
and
beliefs.
same here. I was a church kid too. Grew up in
Yeah,
a church. My mother started this, but my grandmother continued it. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been a thing. I come from that background where, you know, you learned from the church. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that was just what it was. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like for me, I don't know about for you, but I think church kept me out of a lot of problems.
It did for me.
It really did. I really feel like it gave me stability where, because of course, I had a young single mother and a young grandmother raising a boy in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So she needed some things to keep him out of the struggles. I give props to my moms and my grandmas because they did not play that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't going. You go to jail, you gonna be sitting there. And my mother said that. You like being around men and all that stuff like that. You can be. That's how she said it. You ain't. Then that'll be the place for you. But if you want to live your life and be free, you got to do this and that. Now, some of the things that like it is, you're so used to. That's how you survive because you had to do it a certain way. But also coming from an acting experience, as I did act at one time. You know what I'm saying? That was something that I felt like I wanted to do and I needed to do it. but financially it wasn't supportive. You know what I'm saying? And,
Mm-hmm.
being an actor, it's the luck of the draw.
It is.
You could be talented out the wazoo, but if that person doesn't see it, then that's what it is.
Right.
So that's how I feel like at this age now that we are at 50. You know what I'm saying? We have to really be in self love.
Agreed.
We have to self love ourselves because people feel like you because you've gotten older that you're feeble, you can't do the things that you used to. And in some ways, it's true to a point, but you don't have to stay in that funk that you can't do because you can at least attempt to try.
Agreed.
Like, come on now, I need us in our age bracket to love ourselves, like love on ourselves, and get out there like these ladies do. Get on these cruises, men, get sexy. Let these ladies know that you got that thing going on. Pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying?
And and indulging in things, which is one of the things that was often brought up in Sunday school or young people's Bible study, whatever. It's like this kind of stuff. Like if my mother knew I was sitting here talking about cannabis and having a glass of wine, she would probably try to tell me that I couldn't be here,
Right.
even though I'm grown and I'm the one that got myself here. But it was a certain attachment to certain things like, oh, the devil's lettuce, as what's his name called it on The Simpsons. So, long story short, getting just being able to give yourself permission to indulge in something that's good for you, that could be good to you, because a lot of people use gummies and other things for anxiety.
Yes.
Um, they use it for stress reducing, whatever. Some people use it because hey, it helps with cancer. It does so many different things. And then we also know that red wine has like many benefits for your blood.
Yes.
Um, any lifestyle that's positive that you weren't taught that you could indulge in, it like again I said earlier, it starts here.
Yes.
So just it's hard breaking those chains of stuff that we grew up learning because first time I started smoking weed because I stopped many years ago. I stopped around like 29, and I started smoking some of it in high school, but then I stopped and then picked it back up later.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going, oh my God, God can see me. I'm going to
Right.
hell. Even the first time I said the first word, I said the same thing, by the way. But like,
Hilarious.
just like, God can see me. I'm not going to make it heaven. My mansion's going all the stuff that he promised in his word. But I was like, you know what? There's too much research out here on it. It's too many people that do it. And also, more importantly, I would only at the time smoke or now even indulge with any of this with somebody. It has to be somebody I trust.
Oh,
What gets
definitely.
scary is that y'all going to parties, puff puff, passing with strangers, and don't know what it's laced with or
Yeah, we're
whatever.
not doing that.
And
No.
we got dispensaries and all this stuff
Right.
where you can get the stuff clean and clear,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to going around the corner to go to Binky and then
Did you
getting
just say
something
Binky?
Binky.
I'm not doing the way you're dumb.
Bink, Bink, what's up?
Right. You are stupid.
And it's dipped in,
Everything but the God.
yeah, everything but the garden, anything that God would ordain.
Right.
So,
I
how,
just, so like I had spoken earlier. I said, well, how I got into to cannabis because I just started cannabis as when the what's it called? I've been changing the name so many damn times. The pandemic started,
right,
and because there was honestly nothing else to do. We couldn't go anywhere. There was nothing to do. And this was going on for so long, for years. Like, and my mother and my best friend used to smoke, but I didn't know about it until I surprised them one particular day, and they were in there together. I didn't even know he came to the house and smoked with her. This is what I was. Like,
Wow.
what the fuck you doing here? And I'm thinking it's the kids because when I had moved out, of course Brooklyn was changing, so now it was a lot of the others, love the others, are coming into the area.
Their name is Gentry.
They were gentrifying the area. So I'm thinking that because they had so many young artists from the Williamsburg area coming in, I was thinking it was just them because they was very very elaborate with their drug use and stuff like that. So not everybody that's doing that. I'm just saying, but they like their certain things. And I thought it was coming in, but when I walked in the door, the smoke hit me in my face. I was like, "What's going on here?" And that's when I was like, "Okay, eesh, am I an old person for real?"
Regimented and old, again, narratives and stuff that's the devil's lettuce. You're not supposed to mess with that. Also, something we talked about when we were discussing this before, marijuana, cannabis does not have to be a gateway to crystal meth or anything stronger. It does not mean
It does
that
not mean that.
it does
No.
not mean that once you indulge that, oh my god, I need something stronger. I'm more like that with cake and French fries.
Oh my God. He's not lying.
I,
But
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, but I have to say, because I do my research and certain with the different strains, stuff like that. Like I said, whatever, if you decide to get into cannabis or edibles, do your research. Don't just do it because it's a hot market and everybody's into it and da 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 da. So I'm going to do it. Like, understand what the particular cannabis or strain that you have at the moment, and read the backgrounds of it. What it'll do to you? Was it going to make you sleepy? Is it going to give you energy? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to make you focus and stuff like that? There's so many different strains out there that you could, it doesn't have to be that kind of drug. I like the ones where I'm sleeping. I like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We talked about this earlier. I like being mellow.
Yeah, I like to be.
I need to be evened out mellow. I don't want to be, because it's funny because I was just talking to some other friends again about cannabis, and we were talking about how some of it can make you so high that you're paranoid. I don't want to be paranoid.
Yeah,
I've been there too, where
I
I
don't want to be
overdo
that.
that.
I don't want to do it.
And your heart, you can hear your heart in your ear. It sounds like Bob and McFerrin. Here's a little song I wrote. You
um,
might want to sing it note for note. Those where that's how your heart is pounding.
Yo, you're stupid. I hope you know that,
And you're
right?
hearing voices from 10 years ago, and you know the person is not here no more, like that kind of stuff. So
Wait.
every everything has a balance.
Everything has a balance. Yes,
If
I'm
you,
balancing right now.
I'm balanced,
I'm balanced. Yeah.
but also know, like if you drink this whole bottle, you can get drunk. If you were to indulge in all the stuff that you see up here, I don't know when you're coming back to Earth.
I'm not
And
going that far now. Wait.
but I'm quite sure Delta doesn't cover that trip.
Right.
So everything has a balance. Just like if you ingest too much sugar, it could possibly can raise your sugar levels.
Yeah.
Too much carbs. I'm a carb junkie. Hi, my name's Chris.
Right.
Then you gotta get rid of this tire. It's like a lot of stuff that if you don't balance it. Again, some of these stupid myths and stories that people have created about cannabis is absolutely just that.
Yes.
Do your research.
Do your research. I really think you should do your research. Like I said, for myself, it's always been about
Ooh,
knowing, and knowing what it can do to me. And I never thought at this age, at this age, that I would be indulging. My children, they love it. Like it was to the point that they was doing it every day. And my children are grown, just to let y'all know that. So
very grown.
very grown. And like it was like a function that they needed to do every day. Now I don't want to be that person. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to be on it every day. Like special nights, you had a full week, midweek, you might feel like maybe I need something just to bring me down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. On the weekend, fine. And if you do it every day and all day, great. I'm just saying if that works for you. I just can't be that person. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. I need to have some kind of functioning on a daily basis. I just can't go to work high. And when I'm high, I'm high. and that's just what it is.
Yeah, we don't need that.
We don't need that.
Some people can function.
Yeah, they can. My son, I love them. Do a straight up job. Gone. Love them. Love you. I feel like, and don't be. I want people to think, oh, you're a parent. You allow me. He's a grown ass man. What the hell? What you want me to do? I can't. I'm not buying it for him. You know what I did when you said last time. That's the story. You know, he was grown. He was grown. But I wasn't buying it for him. You know, he would. You know, if you have some issues with your children smoking weed or doing edibles or anything of that sort, I really feel like you need to have a conversation with them
Agreed.
because you may not like it, may not want it. They're doing it. They may not come to you looking a certain way, but they're doing it. And I just need for you not to vilify them because they're doing it. It's legal now. You know what I'm saying? It's actually legal. No, I mean it's right because it's legal. It's right. It's legal. You know what I'm saying? As long as they can function and do what they need to do on a daily basis, it's fine. I think it's fine.
Um, Anything, whether it's sneakers, um, cannabis, cookies, or whatever, if you're choosing to not pay your bills because you had to go get a pack of cookies, that's a problem.
That's the
So
problem.
again, that whole notion of weed makes you fill in the blank, like oh you can't make good decision, whatever. Not true at
Not true
all.
at all.
You're making a choice, and part of that's a personality makeup.
Yes.
Because some people feel like they don't have to be responsible by anything. They can blow their money or whatever,
Right.
including weed, but not excluding other things.
That's true too.
So that's where that story for me kind of begins and ends because like you, I don't really indulge like that. Today was the first time in a very long time to even eat half of an edible, and I feel good. Um, it was a long week. Shit, the last 6 months have been long, but it was definitely a long week, and it helped ease me out. But also had some wine,
Yeah.
and I still know who the president is.
Wait.
I still know my birthday.
Yes.
I'm still high functioning.
Yes.
My intelligence didn't decrease. Uh, so I don't know. Like we could probably go on and on and on about like what people think, but that's just like one point about cannabis education. It's just dispelling the myths.
Yes.
So that's part of this introductory um about this episode in terms of cannabis education for me, because I just want to talk about being a big old church boy that sang in a choir and did so many things at church, and and growing up in a small town in North Carolina where everybody knows you, and they just don't know you by your name. They know you by your mom and your grandmom, you so and so's grandson.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. You so
but
and so boy.
right, but and if you don't want to do weed and stuff around your family, again, do it in the spirit of your home. Do it in the privacy of your home.
Right.
Ain't nobody gotta know what you're doing.
Nobody has not to know. Not a thing. Not a thing. All right. I mean, like I said, I mean, what else? I mean, what else about cannabis that we should talk about before we wrap it up? You know?
What about some of the laws?
Yes. Let's talk about the laws. So, cannabis is actually in an upswing in all the states, mostly the northern states. How do you feel about that?
I'm not surprised. like, I ain't surprised. What I do love is that these dispensaries and stuff are open. So now there's better ways for you to go get it instead of again, like I was saying, going to go to whatever I named them earlier,
Binky.
Binky.
That was funny.
So and you can actually go and talk to Is there
Yes,
doctors in there, or what is
they
it?
have doctors have they call them herbologists. I mean, they are just so in the
Knowledgeable,
know
right? They're
of all
knowledgeable.
of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go up to the guy and be like, I'm looking for just something to just to you know give me a little wave. Just give me what I need. I need something to help me study for a test, something like that. They know it all, and it's right there in front of you, which is crazy to me. Like so, but I mean, it has been going on in the northwestern states way before it even got legal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But but now people are so. I think people are so caught up on the euphoric high of it instead of knowing what it actually does because it has so many medical benefits, so many. You know what I'm saying? So, but they so used to they want the euphoracy of it. They don't think about the other parts of it. But like I said, been working in cancer for 18 years now, and so many people that I know that I've come across they've been using weed for decades for pain, for mobility, for focus, emotional side of it, and everything.
So do y'all hear all these medical benefits? Because for years, especially in the early '80s and '70s and '90s parts of it, there were no discussion about medical benefits of cannabis.
None whatsoever.
So I think out of all of the things that y'all could be concerned about, and I say y'all, I mean conservatives or whatever, is worrying about passing legal weed laws. Like even getting going to jail for having a smaller amount of weed is absolutely ridiculous to me.
Ridiculous.
Because meanwhile, back at the ranch, your cousin Arthur is touching people up under their clothes and
Yo, you was wild, but it's the truth.
touching kids and doing
Touching
all
kids
kinds
and
of
shit.
wild ish. And here y'all are worrying about weed laws. Let it be.
Let it
Just
be.
let it be.
I
I'm
mean, they
I'm gonna
can't even help
research
it.
me
It's
some.
it's it. Let it be. It's happening. It is happening. The dispensaries are popping up everywhere. I'm just blown where I work in. I work in a pretty upscale area in the city, of course, on the east side. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of bigger wigs, and they are popping up there like pharmacies, like
Yeah,
legit. Like it's crazy to me, like how you can just walk out your door and it's literally right there, literally right there.
it should be.
I mean, I love it. I love it, but I just never knew it would be because being as a kid, especially being from, you smoke weed. Oh my God, it's almost like you just shot the president or something like that. That you had weed.
The same.
It's crazy.
Coming to Philly to visit my aunt when I was a kid and smelling weed the first time, I was like, oh, I think I know what that is.
Ha ha ha! Yo, you're funny.
Oh
Wait.
my god! Like, what is going to happen? Is my organs going to
Oh, you are so stupid. I love
atrophy
it.
and turn into dust? Like, I didn't know what was going to happen, but and I've seen people like really high, and maybe that might be the thing that people just think about in terms of a national landscape look of like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cheech and Chong or whatever, and some other people where they just look zombied out. So, because that was the thing about, I want to say my mom was like, doing some of the drugs and turning into zombies. And I was like, if you're doing something, and again, not coming down on people and what they got going on. But if you're doing crystal meth, if you're doing coke and other stuff that can make you look a certain way, I get it. I get it in the sense that's how you're gonna look. I do what you want to do, but you have to be smoking something that was made in the seventh level of hell
Oh my
for you to
God.
be looking like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and Thriller.
Um.
And that's so far, I haven't seen anything
Anything like that.
that does
You're
that in the
funny.
cannabis
You're
family.
funny.
So unless you're getting some stuff that was not supposed to be sold,
Definitely. Like I said, I'm going to support it. I love it. Um, this is what Wavy Combos is about.
yeah. Y'all go on the wave. Get your motor running down on the highway. Okay.
You're funny as hell.
Let's do a
But
recap of all the stuff we talked about. Just like
oh, just real quick. So our first topic was Glorilla.
at the end of the day gotta
The
end.
big yo, you so
She thought
stupid.
she was Maya Angelou in these streets. Not.
Oh. You are stupid. And then the next one was Nessa Tessa. You really blowing hard. There's a lot going on right there.
It's a lot. I just wish her well. I hope she has a good therapist. I hope that check is huge from Netflix.
Yeah, I really
And if you
do.
need a publicist, call me.
Right. Hey, call me.
Call me.
You are
Call
funny.
me.
The next thing was Charles and Netta.
Charles, your lunch is ready. They hating on you.
Yo, you're stupid.
We both agreed that just let Charles and Netta live.
Yeah.
However, comma, we don't want to see what they got up under their clothes. Thank you.
Yeah, you could have kept that little secret, but
We
okay.
appreciate it. Okay.
hmm And the next topic was 50. And what does it mean to you?
Balls hitting the toilet water.
I'm done. Yo, he's fucking stupid. I'm living my best life at 50. I don't care what you say.
As am I. And, it's very flattering when I'm in Zoom meetings or meet people, especially millennials. And they thought, and I go, like, and as a 52, 52? Like, one
Right.
guy, like, what? I thought you was like 45. Or I'm like, no, 52.
Yeah.
Black,
Black,
don't crack
don't
if you
crack.
take good care of it.
I'm just saying, that's just what it is.
I washed my face this morning with African black soap.
Right. You stupid.
Just don't let your skin get dry. Drink plenty of
Water.
water.
I
If
gotta
you're a
do that.
smoker, keep hydrated as much as possible. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I need to start doing that.
Yeah,
I need to drink my water, like really drink it.
plenty of water. And also, one of the things before we jump off, we didn't really talk about was careers. And we did talk about careers and goals. Like, when you get to 50, living your best life, meaning do what's going to make you happy, of course, within moral reason and within the law.
Within the law.
Um, but if you're at a job that you hate, don't stay there.
Yeah, find something else. Don't leave it until you got something
Something
else.
else.
But you
Unless you
know,
got a bunch of money saved.
yeah. Which who does that now?
No.
With the way these rinses are now, I just don't even know how anybody is eating. I don't know how the people are doing that.
But, figure it out. But just be happy. Do not stay somewhere just to say you're there. I have an associate that she is a VP at a major company in Atlanta, but she's doing a quiet quitting where she's not doing as much work as before because of how they're treating her, and she's slowly just fading into the back. And I said, well, do what makes you happy. She's figuring out a plan to quit her job that pays super six figures, and somebody's like 6 figures. I would just, I would just deal with it. But if you've not been there to experience
Right.
that,
It could be a respect thing because I believe in respect, and and
yes,
she's a woman of color, of course.
yes, she's a woman of color.
So you know how that goes. And sometimes when they get into these positions, especially a position of power, you know, either you have to be a certain way, or if you're not that way, someone's going to try to take over for you. So that she feel like she has to really put it on now. So
She really does, and she is double mastered, has all these different accolades, whatever. But I'm not trying to be racist, and I'm not trying to be colorist, and I'm not trying to show separatism. But I do feel that black women are always treated differently than their counterparts. And just like as black men, we're treated differently than our
oh
counterparts.
yeah,
And then when you get to a position of power, the expectations are doubled
right.
and they're not realistic. So, and she's living in her 50s just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at first I was like, I don't know, because with the money you making, I would work remotely and just live in, So, but I also just trying to just make her laugh. But honestly, everybody, live your best life and live it the way you want, where it's healthy and it's fortifying you.
Definitely. I truly, truly, truly believe that because at this age I am now, I'm going to live it up. I'm not gonna be, even though I don't do shit, but it's because I don't want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's fun to me. But I say for anybody, if you're going to live life, don't let no one's personal ish mess you up or let the haters put it on you. Because evidently you must be doing something right because you got haters. And that's just what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
it.
So
And that's it. And that's I'm not gonna even say no more after that. So live.
and the last one was cannabis education.
Yes, cannabis
What you
education.
got to say?
Well, okay. New to the cannabis world, as I am, I know people that have been doing it for many, many decades. Know that cannabis is not the demonizing drug that everybody think it is.
Correct.
It is has a lot of health issues. Health, I mean, not health
Benefits.
issues. Benefits, health benefits, and even though I love the euphoric state of it as well, but I know that I'm not addicted to it. You know what I'm saying? If I decided to not do it at all, I could do that. I won't do that, but I can do that. And research. Find out what state of mind you want to be in and find that strain that works with what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be happy, look for sativa that's going to give you some focus to make you find things that makes you want to be happy. If you just want to relax, get just a sativa. I mean, excuse me, get an indica. You get an indica, and that'll basically take you where you need to be. And then, of course, there's hybrids out there as well. Hybrids could be more sativa based or indica based, but they all do the same thing, make you feel good.
Yeah, so definitely get yourself with a verified, legitimate dispensary where you can go and get educated,
Gated.
ask all the questions you need to ask. There's so many good ones out here. Um, Look in your local area, read the reviews, call and ask questions, go there in person, do what you got to do. But the main thing that we definitely for the moniker for this particular part of our episode is dismantling the demonizing narrative that Derek refers to.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna grow an extra foot.
No, you're not.
You're not gonna be mentally challenged. Again, footnote: as long as you're getting the stuff, like I said, from a
A
legitimate,
legitimate place, you'll be fine.
yes, you'll be fine. Now, if you go experiment other places and you don't know how it's made or rolled up or dipped or whatever, you're on your own. But there's also the spiritual connection to indulging weed, which is something we can talk about another time. But sometimes, especially if you people are grieving, they're trying to have a baby, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff that cannabis can help support.
Help support it. Yep.
Do what you need to do.
All right, all right, all right. So, thank you again. This is my boy Chris, and he has been like there with me, just going through this process, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life like that, man. You so cool. You so cool, and I've known it for a million years, so just let everybody know
Thank you.
that.
I appreciate being here. Thank you so much. This
Right.
was fun.
Yes, 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 yes. I mean, everybody, this is Wavy Combos. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. I'm gonna have more episodes coming, more people going. I'm Derek. I'm the host, and hi, I'm the host, and I just want the people that know, let you know that So there's going to be many different topics, many different subjects. Cannabis is going to be on these things, so it's going to be some kind of cannabis education, some kind of cannabis merch, or some trials, or whatever it may be. This is what's going to happen here. But of course, it's also other things too.
Click, like, share, and subscribe.
Wavy combos.
Thank you.
Everybody
Peace.
have a good night. Pop, 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 pop.